What's up, guys? It's been a minute. Let's try to think about that here. It's pretty cool. Kind of thinking about it. Turn that down. Let me double check my audio. Check, check. It looks like it's okay. I don't know. I have a lavalier. I have a couple different mics, but I'm just trying to like raw dog it and just get out there. And so some of you might be new to streaming. I don't know. It took me a long time to understand what it takes to actually go live and build a stream. And there's some nuance to it. You know, you have to be live for a certain time to allow for notifications to go out, to allow for people to kind of like stop whatever they're doing if they feel like choosing to join you in a live experience. And so I created this little intermission screen that you might have just seen within the last like 10 minutes or so. But I think it could be more concise. I think that I could like, you know, just say like, oh, stream building, maybe a countdown timer or whatever. But I was kind of obsessed by a Tool song. I think it's called Intermission. And so I just crafted this like super quickly and you know, threw it up there. But it's not the clearest thing, although I really dig it. I'm just gonna play it for like 10 seconds, and you guys, if you see it now, you might see it. So hang on, count to 10, and it's pretty cool though. So if you're on YouTube, you could have seen it's dope. YouTube has a bevy and a library of free music that you can use that's copyright free, etc. It's not perfect. It's not what I think we would hold in our minds as far as like, you know, our expression. But tracks like that, 5 stars all day. And the creators that do that, that's kind of what I want to do here. I'm not worried about distribution. I'm not worried about like licensing or anything. I think my goal with this project is to just like create in an environment that's shared. And if you had a chance, if you're new to the channel, my previous stream, I was down in my garage or my practice space with my amp and just noodling over a new song. So I'm in the process of writing about between 16 and 20 songs, and I began this journey during the pandemic, and it's come a long way. And it's funny, like the amount of signals or you know or signs, I guess, that would tell you that you're on the right path. So I'm very grateful. I'm super humbled by the amount of love and positivity and support that I've gotten from a small community of people that do this type of thing on a very high level. And you know, that's kind of the point of this project and these streams. And we're currently live on Instagram and on YouTube and wherever else. I mean, it's just the question of how can you mount another camera or not. But my goal here is to just reach the most people that I can, to bring them into the process of like songwriting and the journey that is, and beyond just putting notes down and recording tracks. In this day and age, it's grassroots and guerrilla marketing. It's like being the smartest version of yourself that you can be to make sure that these things proliferate. Like it's not like the days of old with record deals and A&R agents and all of that. Like, and trust me, I've been in that side of things. But this, for me, this feels like the wild, wild west, for the most part. Like there's an opportunity in front of us to do something completely radical and completely new in a world and in an environment that requires something radical and completely new. We're on the precipice of things like nuclear war, genocides. There's no better time for something like punk rock or metal or thrash or whatever you might call it, but a revolution of thought is necessary at this point in time. So I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be here and present with all of y'all that chose to join in live. This is live. But all of y'all that choose to join in after the fact, because this is archived and kind of like posted retro, which is extremely important. It's extremely important to me. It's extremely important to culture and to the world right now. So I know I'm kind of on a tangent, but this is Stream of Consciousness. I've been working very hard at putting this together, and I'm extremely proud. My imposter syndrome is allowing me to feel like full, to feel like present, and to feel purpose, which is really, for me, extremely different, right? Between 2020 and today, I've existed very much in like a snail shell, like very much in a shrunken, sad little protected world. And those days, I feel, are over. I've had a lot of help getting to this point. I've had a lot of support getting to this point, and it's extremely important to me to put out like one of my favorite Beastie Boys songs, Gratitude, and that's right. I just want to take a moment to say and acknowledge thank you for everybody who's here. I have my readers on, so I have a lot of trouble reading between this distance and that distance, and here we are. This is the point. So my wife just walked in. She looks incredibly cute in her little flower dress, and I'm very happy to see her. She has a box full of Goodwill goodies, I believe.
$1. Look at the size of this insert.
And a pillow insert, which is exciting to us in our current economy and business ventures. She's handing me a few frames, so I put out a little call to her when she told me she was going to Goodwill for some small frames, because I've built this monstrosity. AI explains it as a maximalist display of eclectic art, personal something or others, and man, fuck AI all day. I was kind of disgusted when I read there was an AI summary of my report, of my post or whatever, but this is the world we live in, and it was extremely insightful to me to see firsthand an AI analysis of what I'm trying to do here, my work, my display, or whatever. And I see some comments coming in. I'm not exactly enabled to review comments right now and respond live. There's my little dog. but I'm working on it, and I'm gonna get that tuned out and tuned up soon. So, I see Sugar Donkey. What's up, dude? Thanks so much for the support lately. Like since we met at Sugar Donkey, it's an interesting name, by the way. I'll DM you and I need to hear the breakdown of the name, but it reminds me of Shrek and like how he called the donkey Donkey. But maybe there's a story there. I don't know if it's private or public, but we'll get to the bottom of it because I'm interested. And everybody else who's kind of like on and joining right now, of course, some of my friends, some of my close family, and everybody. This isn't necessarily the way they ingest content, but I see a few of them out there tuning in, and it means a lot to me. And I hope that in the future that like this becomes a little bit more of a way that we communicate more honestly and better and bigly. So this is kind of like the shot. You guys, you're on YouTube, you can see there's like a background of my artwork. Everything that you see here, for the most part, is my original art. There's a few exceptions. Live, Love, Lake with Jason Voorhees jumping out of his mom. That's a piece that my wife kind of like coalesced. And then over here, this is a print. So a few of these are originals. 1, 2, those are prints. But it's hard. Jason on Vacation right here, that's an original. And down here, Baby Firefly. And then up here, Fluffy from the Crate is original as well. So there's a lot to see. I have a very, very crowded existence at this point in time. So beyond just this, in the intermission, I also have this kind of like split camera, and I'm excited to kind of like show this to you as well, because this is my, like, I call it the 60/40, and you guys on Instagram, you're gonna have to hop over to YouTube to see my screen sharing, and I do apologize, but the 60/40, I discovered a kaiju movie recently called Gappa the Triphibian Monster, and I'm extremely excited by this. It's Toho, it's kaiju, and I've never seen it before. I can't believe this exists, but let's take a brief glimpse into the intro and you'll get my live reaction to it, because I couldn't be more jazzed. Actually, I could be slightly more jazzed, but I'll tell you that after the clip.
At Terminix, we work with pests.
Oh no.
So you don't have to.
Sorry, guys.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, $118 for car insurance. That's how much I was paying. Okay?
I'm sorry. I didn't plan for commercials. Let's rejoin Gappa, the Triphibian Monster. So we have like a submarine of sorts, I think, like cutting through what I would assume this is the Pacific. That's some very kind of cool kanji. I like that. I like the white on photograph background. That's pretty sick. Oh, somebody getting sun on the deck. Hey. She got her headband. She's looking very stylish. She's not thrilled. but she's giving us some abs. We have an overhead. We have a dog. And now we have the crew. They're very 70s. I'm optimistic. Looks like he has a blue microphone, but it's actually a microscope. Everybody's very dutiful in their projects here. Oh. Is he doing kung fu or is he drunk? I don't know. Maybe a combination of both. Alright, so that's fun. That's very interesting to see how we can go along and take a journey down kaiju path. So Push Forward Photo says they don't have YouTube. Oh no, that's I don't know how to say that. Like, who? Well, I think maybe next time if you have Facebook, I'm gonna try to go live on Facebook as well. So we'll see if that actually works for you. Let's see. My wife and I were dating 30 years ago. We stopped and got out donuts. On the receipt it said powder sugar donkeys. Whoa, so that's how your name came about? Like on a receipt. That's so romantic. Wow, I can't believe that. Sugar donkeys. It was something that, like, I wouldn't say I lost sleep, but I actually thought quite a bit about it. So that's very funny. Look, thanks for joining in, everybody here. I'm really working on my Instagram thing. YouTube is a little bit more forgiving because I have a broadcast and a suite and all that type of stuff where I can control, the messaging, etc. So it's very cool to see that I can do like 1 and 2 things together, and I have another phone that I might be able to actually do 3 things, so we could go live on Facebook and live on Instagram and live on YouTube kind of simultaneously. I think the most important thing for me to understand, and the thing that I could probably define through conversation most easily, would be like, what are the best times to do this? What are the times where you guys have like some downtime during the week or whatever? Because my goal isn't like to build a huge audience with this. My goal is pretty much just like hang out with you guys, I can say, like, to just circle back on the purpose of this and the platforms, etc. I'm just really looking to connect with the people that resonate with me, if that's not too hippie of a thing, like the people that seem to have the same interests that I do, that appreciate the same art and same music that I do. And it's very important to me to have like friends and to have interaction now more than ever, now especially because we've kind of survived one terrible thing and now we're pretty much neck deep in the next terrible thing. And if we don't have each other, we have nothing. That's I think what I would say the most. It's been a very, my dogs have the zoomies, I apologize, but it's been a very enlightening journey to share like this point of view and to really invest in some friends that I've made digitally recently. And I don't know, I think we're kind of like going through some unprecedented times. And Maggie, it's my French bulldog. She's chronically allergic to life, and that's her right there. Come here. Come here, come say hi to the people. I'm gonna lift her heavy ass up so you guys can say hello. Come here. Come on. This is my French bulldog, Maggie. My wife found her on Craigslist. Come here. She's very concerned with her bones right now.
Yeah.
Oh. And she's the biggest little dog there ever was. Alright? Say hi, Maggie. No, she'd rather go fend off the smaller dogs. Well, let me try and catch up on some messages here. I can't really see. Oh, thanks. Yeah, she is a cutie. Oh, it's my baby. She kind of like sleeps firmly planted against my legs every night, and I don't know if I'd ever be able to sleep again without her. Well, this is interesting. You know, it's going on. What's it, 25 minutes being on live, and I've done some streaming in the past. I've done like video game content, etc. But it's another thing to just kind of like be out here and be honest and just be in front of people, and to have your dog sound like a gremlin here in the background. Let me see if you're on here and you're hanging out. I'm gonna go on intermission just for a brief moment to grab a glass of water and say hello to the wife, and just give me, I would say like count to 60 and I'll be back. What's up, everybody? Just hitting up the Instagram. Let's see. So let me get the audio figured out here. Less intermission track, a little bit more live volume, and if you're still with me, if you're coming back, thanks for coming back. I'm grateful for y'all sticking around, and this is kind of like the first of many for everybody that's just joining in. Everybody that's a new friend, everybody that's an old friend. Thank you for being here. My gratitude is limitless, and there's so much to be thankful for. I know that in this day, I've seen a lot of people pouring out love for a brother that was lost down in the Atlanta music scene. There was, I guess, somebody who was extremely important and extremely kind of like dialed into the culture down there, and it was sudden, and it doesn't get any harder than that. I would say that, like, it's one of those things that the older we get, the harder it gets, and that's kind of fucked up, but that's the way of it, you know. So I'm here, I'm just trying to share the positivity. I'm blessed with an influx of new friends and accomplices, and I guess you could say like fellow creatives. So I want to give a huge, like, heartfelt shout out to Tim and Dex and Tom, and I want to let everybody know that's here or that joins after the fact that I choose awesome, we choose awesome, and that's the underlying message to it all. So I'm blessed by that. I'm blessed to have new friends, and hey Dave, can you hand me that water, please? Okay. And I hope everybody's staying hydrated. I'm gonna get hydrated right now because it's hot as hell in the south. Cheers to you. Water with lemon. It's delicious. So, jumping back into business, in my last live stream, I brought everybody kind of into a song that I'm writing called Freak Out. And I really hope that it comes across when we finally get to the money shot of this song, what it really means, and what I hope for it to inspire in my circle and circles beyond. So when I played it last time on stream, I played it on my Fender Squier, and that probably wasn't the best choice because of the tuning. So it's tuned to D standard. And the song, when I wrote it, when I originally came up with it, I've been trying to write in songs with standard tuning, kind of, or higher, like up in the kind of thrashy A major or A minor register. So what I have so far, and now maybe you can hear it for the first time, like legitimately, because it's in the proper key, is it's like a stab, and then this little, it's not, I guess you could call it chromatic. It's kind of like a chromatic escalator. pick. So you'll hear it soon and better in its proper key and register, and it starts with the chorus, which is upside down, and I think that's super cool. And then the verse comes in with a very kind of like sick of it all inspired 16th note jam. And that little second half of the riff, that refrain, it's actually inspired by Richie Valens, because in a prior life in my band SAC down in South Florida, we did a cover of La Bamba, and it was in a very hardcore, very punk rock, like even more so than the band leaned into punk rock. But yeah, we did that cover, and that's where that kind of comes from. It's a very La Bamba type riff, type of rhythm. So since then, I've kind of solidified that bit, and then the middle eight, which is a kind of like an inverted version of that main riff. So. And that, believe it or not, it's kind of inspired by like an Elvis feel. So it's got like that blue suede shoes rhythm, like almost like an Elvis Costello, but he dissed Steve Albini the other day, and I'm not standing for that. So I'll have nothing to do with Elvis Costello ever again. So. And that's kind of like that piece of it. I really enjoy how it flips over on his back, and like there's and I admit I'm being a little lazy here on the stream, because that should all be down picked like a mofo, like James Hetfield, like. I'll get there when it's time to record that shit. So I see people joining in. Thanks for popping in. Oh, I see a Takeshi Kamioka. Hey, what's up, dude? Man, I have so many questions, but I've been doing a lot of work. So everybody that's tuning in on Instagram, my homie Takeshi, he's probably one of my oldest friends. Like when we first met, we were in the same circles, but after a short amount of time reuniting, we became pretty much the best friends like ever. So it's good to see you, man. Let's catch up soon. I have a lot of questions and a lot of things. So Takeshi, for those of you guys that have never, we're just meeting or whatever, Takeshi has done I would say more than 80% of my tattoos, and he's a master at many things, and currently he's a little bit of a mentor to me, so I'm just beginning to go down the route of tattooing, and he's passed on to me some of his machines and some of his knowledge, but we're going to be doing like an ongoing series of lessons and stuff as I begin this journey into tattooing. So it's really good to see you too, man. I miss you a lot. Hopefully we'll be in the same place at the same time soon, and life just goes too quickly. So thanks for tuning in, bro. Takeshi himself is a bit of a musician as well, so maybe at a certain point we'll collaborate in that realm as well. I don't know. We'll see. Life is strange. Hopefully it's circular, but so I just got something dropped off on the desk here, and I'm kind of mind blown, and I've been obsessed. Like, I've been looking at it. I hope I wasn't disingenuous to you guys, but from Vinted in the mail today, I received a copy of The Green Slime. What is this? 1968 on VHS. And this may very well be my favorite movie of all time. I mean, The Green Slime. So this is a true collaboration between West and East movie studios to create a monster movie based on the success of things like Godzilla and kaiju movies and all that type of stuff. But you had American actors in Japan with all kinds of wiry suits and kaiju things and space and sparklers. It's amazing. And now I have my very own copy. I've never even actually seen this artwork. It's pretty amazing. I might have to do a tribute or an homage to that because it's just so striking. And then on the back side here you have some black and white set photo. Oh, sorry, the ring light's so bad on that. For the folks on YouTube, there's a better version. The font is just so amazing, so striking. And for those of you that are on here because of our fellow love and admiration of the departed Brent Hinds, there's a Fiend Without a Face song on Fiend 1 that's extremely hard to come by because it's not available on streaming. You have to see it on YouTube. Search for it, Fiend Without a Face. It's in my playlists. Fiend 1, there's a song called Green Slime. And it's just one of those many parallels and notions that, I don't know, we're all kind of cut from the same weird ass cloth. So I find encouragement in that. I can see some Instagram things. I have to put on my glasses though. Oh no. Hang on one second. Oh god. I'm old, guys. It's not okay. Push forward photos. Oh, thanks guys. All about the kaiju vibe. It is. So earlier in the stream, I popped on this. This new kaiju movie that I discovered just yesterday. Never seen it, but I think the monsters look pretty janky, and I love that about it. Just get the disc print, blah blah blah. Come on, get to the monsters. A lot of these times they left it to the final act of the movie to reveal the monsters, and that's just not fair to the kaiju actors, etc. It's a daytime shot? Nope. Boring. Let's go all the way to the final act here. We actually had a few deaths in the kaiju community recently, too, that I can think about in the last 2 weeks. But for the sake of not butchering the names, I'll just leave you guys to discover on your own. Oh, here we go. There's two of them. Little T-Rex arms and everything. He's got some high fidelity prints.
How is the Nico area?
Room full of
I
suits.
don't have any specific information, but it's very bad.
So yeah, if you're joining on Instagram and you're not preview or privy to the screen share, please do hop over to YouTube. Once these videos are archived or put into playlists, I'll post links here so you can go back and see a little bit of what we're talking about, because this one is not to be missed, and I can't stress that enough. I'm so excited to have a new Toho thing that I haven't quite seen before. There we go. Alright, so we're back, and I think I have all the audio sorted out. I don't know, I don't have any mics set up, but the audio doesn't seem to be clicking too much. I hope in the future to make it better. Let's see. So beyond the song that I shared last week, of course I have a few others. So that one is called Freak Out. And it's a little bit about the current climate and life today. I have another one that's similar in nature and in origin. It's called Sick, and it's just all about the shit that I'm sick of. So it walks the line again between punk rock and hardcore. It uses a little bit more of my, I guess you could call it like a slurry style. It's a lot of sliding and bending strings and stuff. And then it has this little like it's a stab. I like stabbing. I'm from New Jersey. So the hook is it just repeats I'm sick a ton. So it's like I'm sick of this, I'm sick of that, I'm sick of the other thing. And it's really the way that I feel, like deep down in my guts right now. So I think it comes through, and then it has an interesting pre-chorus and chorus, and a very unconventional solo. So that's something to look forward to. That's kind of like number 2 on the chopping block. It's called Sick, and it goes. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that little preview. Of course, I don't have the metronome, and I was a little excited, so there's some wavering happening there. But that's the vibe, and it continues to come from a deep-rooted place of punk and hardcore and thrash. And of course, I'm playing it here on on my thrift store beater. I love this guitar. It was like missing some tuning pegs and like the bridge that needed to be like kind of like straightened out, and I got it for a steal, and it's so nice, you guys. It sounds so good. Of course, I don't know how to play guitar, so we'll see. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna jump back into this kaiju movie for about another minute or so. And oh hey, Lost in the Forest. I do love you. So I'm just gonna watch a little bit more of this movie, and I think we'll sign off until the next one. You'll see I made a little placard back here. So I'm gonna be streaming here weekly. It's gonna be kind of like hit or miss, but I'll always give you guys some runway to know when I'm gonna go live, and I'm hoping to develop this into like a very scheduled type of thing, but that's gonna depend on a lot of different like circumstances, so we'll see. I would say that Sunday or Monday would be a safe bet, and until I have a schedule worked out, I'll keep you guys updated. If you have Instagram, please do like and follow over there. That's the clearest and easiest way for me to communicate. I'm on YouTube all day long, of course, but there's a new feature called Messenger on YouTube, and I'm going to be exploring that as a way to throw out some updates and things, but not a whole lot of people know that it's happening, so that is kind of what it is. But I would say if you have YouTube, hop over there and check out, especially on your mobile phone, that you have Messenger, and I'll send some updates there. I would very much like to watch the green slime with you guys. It's available on YouTube. We can make an event out of that. Let's do it maybe for like a back to school stream or something, because if you haven't seen the green slime, you have no idea what you're missing. It's truly a blessing to sci-fi and horror. This was a lot more horror influenced than a lot of the kaiju movies that dealt in big, silly, city-destructing lizards. This is in the depths of space. It's a confined environment. There's a lot of self-sacrifice. There's a lot of tragedy, and you're gonna love it. The green slime. So, thanks for popping in. Again, please like and comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. Were there any problems? How's the audio coming through? Is the guitar too loud? This is the one kind of like new environment. There's a lot of art to kind of delve into here. I paint and I create all the time, whether it's with the guitar or with paints, or very soon in the future tattooing. So come on back. There's a world to see, and I can't wait to like kind of have a conversation with everybody here. So, all right, thanks for popping in, and I'll see you in the next one.